Hi, Melanie.
So,
You guys out there, it's Flash Focus Retro, which means that we're going to be flashing and focusing on something retro. In this
So,
case, yeah,
what is it?
this is the NeoGeo X.
NeoGeo X.
Okay, so what we're looking at is this is actually like pseudo Flash Focus Retro because it's like while the NeoGeo itself is a retro machine that came out in the 1990s, actually 1990 specifically. Man, that takes me a ways back. This is a recreation which was released earlier this year. Only there's something a bit weird going on with this. It's like, okay, crazy story. So somebody decided let's bring the NeoGeo console back, and that was a company that called themselves Tomo. So they put it out, and it's been selling. But then
It's been selling.
But then
That's
the
good.
original NeoGeo guys came and said, like we are terminating your license, so you guys
Ooh.
can't produce this anymore. But then Tomo went along and said, no, wait, you guys can't do that because our license is good until 2016.
So we still have rights to make the console until
So
then.
in the meantime, the retailers aren't sure who's right and who's wrong, and they're just trying to unload these as quickly as possible, just to make sure that it's like they don't get caught in the
You
legal
can probably go
crossfire.
out and buy one of these pretty cheap right
Yes,
now.
you can. It's $129.99, I believe. Okay, so ask me how much this thing cost in 1990.
How much was the NeoGeo in 1990?
It was $650.
At what?
$650. Okay, and the reason that it was so expensive was because the NeoGeo was the first, and to my recollection, still the only machine where they actually took the arcade boards, basically the guts of an arcade machine, and they just stuck them in a plastic case. So this was the only
Arcade at
way.
home?
Yeah. So this was the only way that you could play games in 1990 that looked as good as what you played in the arcade.
Did you know a lot of kids with the NeoGeo?
No, actually, see, this is my story of shame. Is that it's like I only knew one person that had the NeoGeo because he was one of the richer kids in the neighborhood. Nobody else could afford it.
There
Because
you go. Status symbol right
because
here.
it was
The
600, yeah,
NeoGeo.
this was the Maserati or the Lamborghini of video game consoles. It was $650. So I went to the guy's house as much as possible and played it all that I could there. So I did not actually own a NeoGeo,
but
but
you did get to play it.
I played a lot of it.
So you were lucky you had a friend.
Yeah, because
could
I had a
afford it.
friend. I had a friend who was more well-to-do. So that is the story behind this rich-ass console. Let's actually take a look at it.
So let's open it up.
Yes. Okay. Let's open it up. It's
Magic.
actually kind of been opened. We'll do a little bit of magic, and there we go. Witness. Okay. Couple of NeoGeo boxes. Now, like I said, this is not the original NeoGeo. This is a reissue. So there are going to be a few surprises in here.
So what's in your box?
Let's just see what we've got. Okay. In my box, okay. I have in this box a couple of things. First of all, there is the replica case. Okay, now keep in mind this is actually just a replica. There are no original NeoGeo parts in here. This is just an HDMI pass-through so that you can connect this to the TV. No NeoGeo guts in here, because what they've actually gone and done, which is this little bit over here, is this is 1990 technology. Obviously, it's really not that powerful by today's standards, so they have stuck it in a handheld.
So this looks like a smartphone.
Yeah, it looks like a smartphone, but actually it's like a DS. It's like a PlayStation Vita. It is
Very
just a
much like
handheld,
that,
yeah. And that is actually going to go in here.
Oh.
Yeah, this is actually the charging station for the handheld. It's got a
aesthetic.
latch, so you can open it up just like that. And then this thing will go in, and it will just slot right there in the back there. If I can just find the. Yeah, okay, and then it's down like that, and then of course there is.
Let's get
Okay,
rid
this
of all
this yeah, okay, we'll just move this stuff off to the side. The real prize here for the collectors is the fact that you get, once again, it's a recreation of the original NeoGeo controller. Okay, so yeah, I mean it's like this still uses switches, so you get that nice clicky feel, and it's like the buttons. Wow, the buttons actually still feel the way that they did when I used to play with this thing.
Oh.
So yeah, I mean it's like this is arcade worthy, this thing. I mean, it was a really premium system back in the day. It better be when you're paying like $650 for it. But yeah, what you're really paying for when you get this is the replica controller, the replica case, and all the games are actually on this thing over here. So without further ado, we'll just go and hook this thing up to a TV and bask in the glory of 1990 gaming. This is Magician Lord. It's like, again, this was like on the NeoGeo X, which I get. It's a recreation of the NeoGeo, except that it's a handheld, which is stuck in a plastic case, which looks like the NeoGeo console. And now we're going to play one of the arcade side scrollers known as Magician Lord.
So
Which-
that's the moon, right? Because it also
That
looked
that was the
like,
moon.
it looked like a golf ball or an
Yeah.
A.
So we'll give this a try here. It's like at the Dale of Evil Gods. And it's a side scroller, so I mean, it's like it's pretty
Oh.
basic. It's like there you go. You are a magician who happens to be a lord, and you can jump and shoot things.
You happen to speed walk as well.
I can't believe I dodged it. Well, okay.
Success.
Oh, 2D platforming skills not so great anymore. I'm not even sure if I'm supposed to attack that. or if I'm supposed to attack
There you
that.
go.
And I'm dead.
And you died.
There's also something about like a power thing. I can't remember what I'm supposed to do to fill up that meter. There we go. And I wonder if the microphone is actually
Oh, there
like
you go.
picking up all the clicking that I'm
You're,
doing.
you're a different color though.
Yeah. It's like I have transformed into a different monster, so now I've got different powers. Such as the majesty of the Magician Lord.
This one seems a lot more powerful than the
Yeah,
last.
exactly. I can't even remember the plot of this. Oh, so is that the way it worked again? You take a certain number of hits, and then after that, you just go back to being normal until you grab the power up again. I think I'm supposed to go through this door.
Those
Yes.
are some doors you
Push
can
up to go through the door, and then fire, which in every 2D side scroller, fire is bad. So let's just avoid that and see where we can go. Or better yet, let's just move on to another game. Let's get out of here in style. And just
Oh,
go with the fire. There we go. We're out. Okay.
Stylish points.
Yeah. Let's move on to another game. Okay. We'll just quit out. Go back to the main menu. And I hope that this works because I remember this being like, just hilariously inappropriate back in the day. There's Nam, 1975. So in 1990, they made a game about Vietnam.
Oh, okay.
It's like, it's like, yeah, no, that's not politically incorrect at all. Hopefully this will work. This is like, Akari Warriors and all of those other games. It's, it's like, it's not a side scroller. Well, it is. It's just now you're going up and down as opposed to like left to right. At least I believe that that's the way this game works. Let's see.
Ooh.
Okay, okay, yeah, it's like a Apocalypse Now kind of thing where it's like dudes. Oh no, wait, yes, there we go. You're on a boat.
Just shooting people.
And you're just, it's like, yeah, shooting Charlie, because that's what you do. Because, this is the way that Vietnam went back in the 70s.
Yeah,
It was just like one guy on a boat shooting all of the Viet Cong. And occasionally taking a grenade to her face.
Get rid of some tanks.
But, it's
Helicopters.
like, yeah, it's just what Americans do
Yeah.
for freedom, wherever there's trouble. And
On
in
a
this
boat.
case, on a boat in Vietnam in 1975. I don't even know what. Are those just bonus points? I guess they must be.
Oh, come
That's
on,
it.
take
No,
Oh,
he's
take out the
out.
helicopter.
Should I get the grenade? Let's get the grenade. I'll just throw grenades, and I'm down.
Oh.
Who are those other guys that started jumping? Were those like American soldiers, or were those like other VCs? Or
That was your grenade.
okay.
Yeah.
Let's just try this one more time and see how far we get. And I'm shooting guys in the water. This feels
Oh,
very
and
unsportsmanlike.
speedboat, there you go.
Okay. Let's try the grenade again. Okay,
You
so
have
there.
speedboats coming
Yeah,
after you.
and guys in speedboats in the 70s in Vietnam.
I know, speedboats seem
So-
a lot more 80s than
Well, yeah,
70s.
but- so yes, that is Vietnam or Nam 1975 on the NeoGeo X.
I'm pretty sure Canadian, military has lots of speedboats.
Oh, I'm sure that this is how they train.
Give an opinion.
Oh, okay. So it's like it's a typical scroller from the 90s. It's an action game. You go and you shoot stuff, and okay.
Yeah, but what do you think about the Neo Geo itself?
the Neo Geo X? It's like, well, it's got that shtick kind of nostalgia appeal. I mean, you get the plastic case and all that, but you also get the handheld, which is neat. I mean, it's like really all of these games can be played on a handheld.
Yeah.
Actually, that's kind of the weird thing about this is that you can buy emulations of these games on like almost any device under the sun.
Yeah.
So it really comes down to
How nostalgic you feel about
it's
it.
like do you feel that it is worth it to blow like the $130 on a fake plastic case and actually a fairly respectable duplication of the control? I think actually the control is the real highlight here because the build quality of this is pretty decent. The handheld itself, it's a handheld. It gets the job done, but you're only able to play NeoGeo games on it. So, you know, it's like you're fairly limited, and you know, it's like how much value for money you're getting out of that. I mean, this one is really for collectors. You know, it's like guys that lusted after the NeoGeo when they were kids but couldn't afford it because it was $650.
Now's your
at the
chance to
time.
own it.
Now you can have it for $130 if you still want it. I don't know how many of you do, but there you go.
So check us out at CGM Online for more videos of retro stuff
Yeah,
too.
Just tons of retro stuff.
Yeah, Wayne and I've been playing tons of retro stuff, including Dragon's Lair, which is just awesome.
That went a little better actually. Yeah.